Hi everyone, in this video we will learn the new questions and ideas class 6 NCERT. This is Biswajit sir. The story of Buddha. About 2500 years ago, Siddhartha, the founder of Buddhism, was born. It was exactly 563 BC. He was also known as Gautam Buddha. The Buddha belonged to a small Gana known as Sakya Gana. That is why he is known as Sakyamuni, and he was a Kshatriya. When he was a young man, it was 29 years old, he left the comforts of his home in search of knowledge. He meditated for 7 years under a peepal tree. At the end, he got enlightenment at Bodh Gaya in Bihar at the age of 36. After that, he was known as Buddha or the Wise One. He then went to Sarnath near Varanasi, where he taught for the first time. He spent the rest of his life traveling on foot, going from place to place, teaching people till he passed away at Kushinara in 483 BC at the age of 80. Here you can see the Bodhi tree of Bodh Gaya, Bihar. Buddha's teaching. The Buddha taught that life is full of suffering and unhappiness. Even if we get what we want, we are not satisfied and want even more. The Buddha described this as thirst or tanha. He taught that this constant craving could be removed by following moderation in everything. He also taught people to be kind and to respect the lives of others, including animals. He believed that the result of our action, that is karma, whether good or bad, affect us both in this life and the next. Here you can see a picture with the Buddha's teaching. Don't get upset with people and situation because both are powerless without your reaction. A nice teaching, right? Upanishad. Upanishad means approaching and sitting near. The text contained in the Upanishad were the conversation between teachers and students. Satyakama Javala, who was the son of a slave, Javali, also participated in the Upanishad, which made it unseparated from the casteism. Most Upanishad thinkers were men, especially Brahmins and Rajas. There is mention of women thinkers such as Gargi, who was famous for her learning and participated in debates held in royal courts. Many of the ideas of the Upanishads were later developed by famous thinker Shankaracharya. Here, the Shankaracharya. Jainism. The last and 24th Tirthankara of the Jainas was Vardhaman Mahavira. Before going to learn more about Vardhaman, I must mention the first Tirthankara, Lord Rishabha. Now, Vardhaman Mahavira. He was a Kshatriya prince of the Lichavis, a group that was a part of the Vaji Sangha. He was born in 540 BC in Kundagram near Vaishali, North Bihar. His father was Siddhartha. At the age of 30, he left home and went to live in a forest. For 12 years, he led a hard and lonely life, at the end of which he attained enlightenment at the age of 42. He taught a simple doctrine. Men and women who wish to know the truth must leave their homes. They must follow very strictly the rules of ahimsa, which means not hurting or killing living beings. Followers of Mahavira, who were known as Jainas, had to lead very simple lives. Later, the followers of Mahavira were divided into two parts, that is Digambara, who used to wear nothing, and Swetambara, who used to wear white clothes. They had to be absolutely honest and were especially asked not to steal. Also, they had to observe celibacy, the situation of unmarried. And men had to give up everything, including their clothes. It was very difficult for most men and women to follow these strict rules. Jainism was supported mainly by traders. The teachings of Mahavira and his followers were transmitted orally for several centuries. Here you can see a picture of Lord Mahavira. The Sangha. Sangha was an association of those people who left their homes. The rules made for the Buddhist Sangha were written down in a book called Vinaya Pitaka. It was among the three Pitaka of Buddhism, and the first of them. Vinaya Pitaka, Sutta Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka, the three Pitakas of Buddhism. Men and women who joined the Sangha led very simple lives. They meditated for the most of the time and went to cities and villages to beg for food during fixed hours. That is why they were known as Bhikshuk. It is a Prakrit word for the beggars. Women were known as Bhikshuniks. Those who joined the Sangha included Brahmins, Kshatriyas, merchants, laborers, barbers, courtesans, and slaves. Here you can see the three bhikshus. Monasteries. Both Jaina and Buddhist monks went from place to place throughout the year teaching people. The only time they stayed in one place was during the rainy seasons, when it was very difficult to travel. Then their supporters built temporary shelters for them in gardens, or they lived in the natural caves in hilly areas. The permanent shelters which monasteries were built were known as vihars. The earliest vihars were made of wood and then of bricks. Some were even in caves, especially in western India. Over the centuries, Buddhism spread to many parts of the continent and beyond. Here you can see a famous monasteries of Ladakh. Is it beautiful? Yes. Here Panini. This was also the time when other scholars were at work. One of the most famous was Panini, who prepared a grammar for Sanskrit. He arranged the vowels and the consonants in a special order and then used these to create formulae like those found in algebra. He used this to write down the rules of the language in short formulae, around 30,000 of them. Here you can see a picture of Panini that is supposed to mean father of linguistics and the first world's geek. It was Panini, should be remembered. Thanks for watching the video.